You think that you are the worst person off in the world, then realistically you're not thinking straight. Because you have some degree of Iman. You have Islam. You have a heart that is beating, a brain that is working, eyes that can see and ears that can hear and a tongue that can speak. That puts you ahead of millions of people on the planet. Maybe billions of people on the planet. It puts you ahead of, if you talk about the blessing of Islam. So you can't, if you don't recognize the blessings, then you put yourself in a cage of your own making. You are the person who makes the cage for yourself. You lock yourself in the cage and you make it for yourself. But when you see the blessings that exist in your life, you suddenly don't feel as sad as you used to feel. You feel a little bit sad, a little bit worried. But you say, you know what it is? Wallahi, look, we're living in safety. Alhamdulillah, relative security. Alhamdulillah, relative ease. Alhamdulillah, I can walk to the masjid. Alhamdulillah, I can say the name of Allah. There are millions of Muslims around the world who cannot do those things. They are in wars, they are in oppression, they are being, attacked and so on and so forth. So see the good that is there, don't focus on the bad that is there. Like they always say, there are two types of people. There are people who see the glass is half empty and people who see the glass is half full. The same amount of water in the glass. It's just a matter of perspective. Allah said, whoever does good, whether male or female, when they are a believer, we will give them a good life. So Allah promises a good life to those people who do good deeds while being believers. He promised them they won't. They're not going to get to this level of despair. What did Allah say to contrast between that and the disbelievers? Allah Azza wa Jal said, وَمَنْ أَعْرَضَ عَنْ ذِكْرِي فَإِنَّ لَهُ مَعِيشَةً ضَنْكًا وَنَحْشُرُهُ يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ أَعْمَى. Whoever turns away from my remembrance, he will have a depressed life. A depressed life in this dunya, and a depressed life in the barzakh, and a depressed life يوم القيامة. وَنَحْشُرُهُ يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ أَعْمَى. And we will raise him on the day of judgment to be blind. قَالَ رَبِّ لِمَ حَشَرْتَنِي أَعْمَى وَقَدْ كُنْتُ بَصِيرًا. He will say, my Lord, why have you raised me blind when I used to be sighted in the dunya? Allah will say, قَالَ كَذَلِكَ أَتَتْكَ آيَاتُنَا فَنَسِيتَهَا وَكَذَلِكَ الْيَوْمَ تُنْسَى. In this way the signs of Allah came to you and you chose to forget them. So today you're going to be forgotten the same way that you chose to forget the ayat of Allah when you were alive. So there's a big difference. Yes, the believer may have sadness. Yes, the believer may sometimes feel a little depressed or down or anxious or grieving. But ultimately, it's not like the disbeliever that feels like they're being propelled through the sky. It's not like the one who Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has truly closed any good to their heart.